අද්විතීය 200 Mbps ස්පීඩ් එකකින් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ වේගවත්ම සහ පුළුල්තම හෝම් බ්‍රෝඩ්බෑන්ඩ් සම්බන්ධතාවය වන SLT මොබිටෙල් දේශීය ෆයිබර් බලවේගය ඔබත් අදම අත්විඳින්න.
හරිම සුළුයි.
Tonight on First at 9, this Wednesday the 29th of March 2023. Revision. Ceylon Petroleum Corporation revises down the fuel prices with effect from midnight tonight. Bus prices to be reduced as well. Discipline. Minister Kanchana Wijesekara says that over 20 people have been sent on compulsory leave and are being investigated for hindering fuel services. Confirmed. Police confirms the death of Pulastani Mahendran during Easter Sunday explosion.
Alliance Finance මෙතුරු රන්නයි සේවාවෙන් රන් පවුම්කට රුපියල් 1,70,000ක ඉහළ අතිකාරම. ඔබේ විශ්වාසය දිනු සෙන්සුරයින් දැන් ළඟමැති ෆාමසියෙන් ලබාගත හැක.
From AdaDerana, this is AdaDerana First at 9 with Andrew Bernard. Live from Studio 24 in Colombo.
A very good evening and welcome to AdaDerana 24's English News. In your top story for tonight, the Minister of Power and Energy, Kanchana Wijesekara, says that over 20 employees of the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation and leaders of its trade union collectives who tried to obstruct the fuel distribution activities were sent on compulsory leave and have been banned from entering the CPC premises. However, in this backdrop, the leaders of the trade unions collective convened a special meeting this afternoon and decided to continue their trade union actions. The trade union collectives of the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation today launched a strike against the government's move to restructure and privatize the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation. Calling off their Satyagraha campaign last afternoon, the trade union members decided to engage in a strike, withdrawing themselves from activities related to the filling and distribution of fuel. Accordingly, fuel distribution activities were hampered last night and vehicle queues were observed near fuel stations across many parts of the country. Subsequently, the police and armed forces were deployed at the Kolonava terminal to assist with the fuel distribution process and to provide security for the fuel station and distribution of buses. As such, the armed forces and the police were seen offering their manpower to ensure an uninterrupted distribution of fuel across the island. Meanwhile, taking to Twitter, Minister of Power and Energy Kanchana Wijesekara stated that the fuel distribution has commenced at the Kolonava and Muthurajavila terminals from 6 am this morning. The minister further stated that the Ceylon Petroleum Storage Terminals Limited dispatched 574 loads of 6,600 litres of auto diesel and 512 loads of 6,600 litres of petrol 92 from its terminals and regional depots. Further, speaking at a special media briefing held this morning at the ministry premises in Colombo, Minister Wijesekara stated that employees and trade union leaders who tried to obstruct the fuel distribution activities and the workers who supported the union leaders were sent on compulsory leave. Accordingly, over 20 CPC employees, including the General Employees Union President Ashoka Ranwalla and several other trade union leaders, were sent on compulsory leave and have been banned from entering the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation premises and the storage terminals. After an employee is sent on compulsory leave, his salary will be suspended from that day onwards and will be handed over with a charge sheet. Furthermore, an investigation will also be conducted pertaining to the matter. If the investigation finds the employee guilty, he will lose his job.
විශේෂයෙන්ම සේවයේ නියුක්ත වෙලා හිටපු සේවකයන්ට බලපෑම් කරමින් බීමතින් ඒ පරිශ්‍රයට ඇතුල් වෙලා විශේෂයෙන්ම ඔවුන්ට තර්ජනය කරමින් ඔවුන් සියලු දෙනා සේවයෙන් ඉවත් කිරීමට කටයුතු කළා තිබුණා. ඒ සේවයෙන් ඉවත් කිරීමට කටයුතු කිරීමේදී විශේෂයෙන්ම මේ නල පද්ධති වසා දැමීම, ඒ වගේම ගුවන් යානාවලට ඒ ඉන්ධන සපයන දුම්රිය නවතා දැමීමට පවා ඒ වෘත්තීය සමිති නායකයන් සහ කඩාකප්පල්කාරීව කටයුතු කරපු පිරිසක් උත්සාහ කළා තිබුණා. මේකේ කණ්ඩායම් දෙකක් ඉන්නවා. වෘත්තීය සමිති නායකයන් හැටියට දීර්ඝ කාලයක් මේ ආයතන දෙකේ සේවයෙන් නිදහස් වෙලා කටයුතු කරන පිරිස් ඉන්නවා. තව කොටසක් ඉන්නවා මේ ආයතනවල සේවය කළ විශ්‍රාම ගිහිල්ලා තවමත් වෘත්තීය සමිති හැටියට කටයුතු කරන. ඒතර මේ කණ්ඩායම් දෙක තමයි එකට එකතු වෙලා මේ කටයුත්ත කරේ. ඒකට මම නැවත වතාවක් කියනවා මේ ආයතන දෙකේ 95%කට වැඩි සේවකයන්ගේ කිසිම දායකත්වයක් ලබා දුන්නේ නැහැ. අපිට දැනගන්න ලැබුණා අද දවසෙත් ඔවුන් සූදානමින් සිටියා කියලා මේ සේවයට පැමිණෙන පිරිස් නැවැත්වීම සඳහා. ඒ නිසා විශේෂම ආයතනයක් හැටියට ඒ අනුව අද උදෑසනම මේ වෘත්තීය සමිති නායකයන් හැටියට පෙන්වා දෙන සහ කඩාකප්පල්කාරීව හැසිරුණු අඳුනාගත්ත 20කට ආසන්න පිරිසක් මේ වන විට අනිවාර්ය නිවාඩු යවලා තියෙනවා. ඔවුන්ට සේවා ස්ථානවලට ඇතුල් වීම තහනම් කරලා තියෙනවා. ඔවුන් පිළිබඳව තිබෙන මේ CCTV දර්ශන සහ සේවකයන්ගෙන් ලැබිලා තියෙන පැමිණිලි, නිලධාරීන්ගෙන් ලැබිලා තියෙන පැමිණිලි අනුව ඔවුන්ට ඉදිරියේදී ගත යුතු විනය ක්‍රියාමාර්ග කුමක්ද කියන එක ඒ අනුව චෝදනා පත්‍ර බාර දෙනවා. කලබල විය යුතු නැහැ. අපේ සංචිතවල මම විශ්වාස කරනවා අපේ අවුරුදු 4ක 5ක කාලය තුල තිබුණු ඉහළම සංචිත ප්‍රමාණය ඉන්ධන වශයෙන් මේ වන විට ලංකා khනිජ තෙල් නීතිගත සංස්ථාවෙත් ලංකා IOC සමාගම තුලත් තියෙනවා. ඇනවුම් කරලා තියෙනවා ඊළඟ අවශ්‍යතාවයන් වෙනුවෙන්. ඒකට අවශ්‍ය මුදල් ටික අපි ලබාගෙන තියෙනවා. ඒ නිසා කිසිම ආකාරයක බියක් පළ කරගත යුතු නැහැ ඉන්ධන නොමැතිවීමක් පිළිබඳව.
In this backdrop, the representatives of the trade union collectives of the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation held a special discussion afternoon and have decided to continue their trade union actions. Now, the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation announced a revision in fuel prices expected to go into effect from midnight tonight. Long queues that had formed outside refilling stations over fears of a fuel shortage were not visible following the announcement of the fuel price revision. Following this, it was also announced that the bus fares will also be reduced by 12.9% from midnight tonight.
The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation revised the prices of fuel today and is expected to be in effect from midnight tonight. Accordingly, the price of a litre of 92-octane petrol, which is currently priced at 400 rupees, will be reduced by 60 rupees. As such, a litre of octane 92 petrol will be available at 340 rupees from tomorrow. A litre of 95-octane petrol was reduced by 135 rupees, making the new price of a litre 375 rupees. Meanwhile, the price of auto diesel, which was 405 rupees, will be available at 325 rupees a litre from tomorrow. The price of a litre of super diesel will be reduced by 45 rupees to 465 rupees as well. The new price of kerosene will be 295 rupees from midnight tonight, following a reduction of 10 rupees. Similarly, the Lanka Indian Oil Corporation announced that they would adopt the same fuel prices.
අධිකරු ජනාධිපතිතුමා උදෑසන මට කතා කරා. සාකච්ඡා කළ එතුමා කිව්වේ මේ අවස්ථාවේ තියෙන තත්ත්වයක් සමග විශේෂයෙන්ම මේ තියෙන පෝලිම් යම්කිසි දුරකට අඩු කර ගැනීම සඳහාත් ඒ වගේම අප්‍රේල් මාසයේ අපි පළවෙනි සතියේ යෝජනා කරලා තිබුණු සංශෝධනය අද දවසේ ඉඳලා ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්න අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. ඒ අනුව අතිගරු ජනාධිපතිතුමාගේ උපදෙස් පරිදි ජාත්‍යන්තර මූල්‍ය අරමුදලත් එක්ක අපි හඳුන්වා දුන්නා මිල සූත්‍රය. ඒ මිල සූත්‍රයේ ඒ ආකාරයටම පවත්වාගෙන යන තමයි අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා අද මධ්‍යම රාත්‍රියේ ඉඳලා අපේ ඉන්ධන මිල ගණන් වල සංශෝධනය සිදු වෙනවා. දැන් අද උදෑසන ඉන්ධන ලබා ගත්ත අද දවස තුල ඉන්ධන ලබා ගන්න බලාපොරොත්තුෙන් මුදල් ලබා දීලා ඇනවුම් කරලා ඉන්න කට්ටියට අද සමහරට බවුසර් රථය ගෙනියන්න පෙර මේ මිල සංශෝධනය සිද්ධ වෙයි. එහෙම වුණොත් එහෙම උන්ට අලෙවි කරන්න වෙන්නේ ඉතාමත්ම ලොකු අලාභයක් එක්ක. ඒ නිසා අද දවසේ පමණක් ඒ ඉන්ධන ඇනවුම් කරපු පිරිසටත් යම් සාධාරණයක් කරමින් ඔවුන්ට ඒ සිදුවෙච්ච අලාභයේ කොටසක් අපි ලංකා khනිජ තෙල් නීතිගත සංස්ථාවෙන් දරා ගැනීමේ පදනම මත ඒ ක්‍රියාවලියට අපි අවතීර්ණ වෙන්න තීන්දුව කළා තියෙනවා.
Now, the fourth round of negotiations on the proposed Sri Lanka-Thailand Free Trade Agreement was concluded today. The negotiations came as the President promotes a vision of enhancing economic relations with large and emerging economies with a particular focus on ASEAN countries. On the 26th of March, a 35-member Thai delegation led by the Director General of the Department of Trade Negotiations arrived in Sri Lanka for the fourth round of talks on the proposed Sri Lanka-Thailand Free Trade Agreement. Along with their focus on trade negotiations, the delegations also strengthened the long-standing religious and cultural ties between the two countries by offering over 500 bowls of arms to the Gangarama temple on the same day. During the talks, the National Trade Negotiations team representing Sri Lanka was led by the chief negotiator of the Presidential Secretariat, KJ Veerasinghe. The team comprised officials from various departments including the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Trade, Commerce and Food Security, Ministry of Industry, Department of Trade and Investment Policy, the Attorney General's Department, the Department of Commerce, Department of Agriculture, the Central Bank and the Board of Investment of Sri Lanka. During the third talk of negotiations in January, discussions on the proposed free trade agreement focused on areas such as trade in goods, trade in services, investment, rules of origin, customs, cooperation, trade facilitation and economic cooperation. The fourth round of talks delved deeper into matters already discussed and agreed upon. Additionally, discussions were also held on trade remedies, technical barriers to trade and legal matters. Prior to the fourth round of negotiations, the National Trade Negotiations Committee and relevant subcommittees engaged in discussions with various industry sectors and stakeholders. The points raised during these discussions were taken into consideration and used appropriately during the fourth round of talks. The Sri Lankan negotiating team goals for the talks focused not only on increased Sri Lanka's export access to Thai market, but also to improve market access to other ASEAN countries through the Thai market and to reduce existing non-tariff barriers. The Sri Lankan government hopes to sign the proposed free trade agreement in the first quarter of 2024. Now, President Ranil Wickremesinghe said today that it is up to the people of the country to decide how and when Sri Lanka needs to progress as it makes its way into the future with the help of the IMF bailout package. He made these remarks during the 135th annual prize-giving ceremony of Ananda College, Colombo, that was held today under the patronage of President Ranil Wickremesinghe.
The 135th annual prize-giving ceremony of Ananda College, Colombo was held today under the chairmanship of President Ranil Wickremesinghe. The president first went to the college's temple and engaged in religious rites, and the president was received by the Scouts Guard of Honor at the college.
මන් දන්න කාලෙක අපි එක්කෙනෙක්වත් මෙහෙම කාලයක් අපි දැක්කේ නැහැ ආර්ථිකය කඩාවැටෙන කාල. මම නම් ඒ කාලේ ඉපදිලා නැහැ. යුද්ධ කාලෙවත් මෙහෙම එකක් සිදු වුණේ නැහැ අපේ දෙමව්පියන් එහෙම කියන හැටියට. ඉතින් මෙතන හැම ක්‍රමවේදයක්ම අත්ත වශයෙන්ම ක්‍රියා විරහිත වුණා. ඒ ක්‍රමවේදය දැන් IMF ආධාර ඇතුව අපි ඉදිරියට යනවා. ඒක විතරක් මදි. ඒ අවුරුදු 4න් පස්සේ අපි ඇති කරන්න මොන සමාජයක්ද? අපි පරණ ක්‍රමයට යනවද? අලුතෙන් හිතනවද? නැත්නම් ලෝකේ අපිත් ඉදිරියට යනවද මේ ගමනේ? අන්න ඒ තීරණය තමයි තියෙන්නේ.
Now, the police today confirmed that Pulasthini Mahindran, alias Sarah Jasmine, has died in the suicide bomb blast at the safe house in Sainthamaruthu on the 26th of April in 2019. Pulasthini Mahindran, a converted Islamic extremist and part of the Zaran Hashim terror group, was the wife of the suicide bomber who targeted the St. Sebastian Church in Katuapitiya in the string of bomb blasts in 2019.
DNA tests have confirmed that Pulasthini Mahindran, alias Sarah Jasmine, has died in the suicide bomb blast at the safe house in Sainthamaruthu on the 26th of April in 2019. This was confirmed by the police after DNA tests were conducted on the remains of those who were killed in the 2019 bomb explosion in Sainthamaruthu. The exhumation of the remains buried at the Ampara cemetery was ordered by the Kalmune Magistrate Court on the 26th of April last year for the re-examination of DNA. Mahindran, a converted Islamic extremist and part of Zaran Hashim's terror group, was the wife of suicide bomber Muhammadu Muhammad, the attacker who targeted the St. Sebastian Church in Katuapitiya in the string of bomb blasts that took place on the 21st of April in 2019. Days after the 2019 Easter Sunday terror attacks, several including children were killed in a bomb explosion inside a house at Sainthamaruthu in Kalmune on the 26th of April. The bomb was denotated by one of the brothers of Zaran Hashim, identified as Mohammad Rilwan.
Stay with us for more news right after this short commercial break.
ගොඩමඩ පෙරලි කරන බලපුළුවන් කාරයා Mahindra Yuvo Demo within.
Apico Super Center, Arudu Super Shopper. Amazing 50% discounts. Shop for 7,500 rupees or more with an Apico Privilege card, including 5 nominated brands.
Let's go! Apico Super Center.
පාරිභෝගිකයන් වෙත අසම සම ප්‍රතිලාභ හිමි කර දීම අපට අභිමානයක්. රුපියල් බිලියන 9.8ක බෝනස් නිකුතුවක් මාසිකව වන්දිගෙවීම රුපියල් බිලියන 1.8ක් මානුෂීය හේතුන් සැලකිල්ලට ගනිමින් වන්දි ලබා දීම. ශ්‍රී ලංකා ඉන්ෂුරන්ස්.
Welcome back. The Minister of Foreign Affairs Ali Sabri and Minister of Justice, Prison Affairs and Constitutional Reforms Vijay Dasa Rajapaksa concluded their 3-day official visit to South Africa from the 21st to the 25th of March. During the visit, the two ministers paid a courtesy call on the South African President Cyril Ramaphosa and held bilateral meetings with the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation of South Africa and the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development. During the call on President Ramaphosa, the South African president warmly recalled his friendship with the Sri Lankan counterpart Ranil Wickremesinghe and said that he wishes to further consolidate with his counterpart and that he wishes to further consolidate and bilateral relations with Sri Lanka. He further stated that South Africa is committed to sharing their experience towards reconciliation in terms of Truth and Reconciliation Commission with a view of assisting Sri Lanka in the reconciliation process. Now, two petitions filed against the Secretary to the Ministry of Finance, Mahinda Siriwardana, are due to be taken up before 5-judge member bench of the Supreme Court tomorrow. Accordingly, the petitions accusing Siriwardana of contempt of court are due to be heard before the Chief Justice Jayantha Jayasuriya and Justices Buwaneka Aluvihare, Priyantha Jayawardena, Vijit Malalgoda and Murudu Fernando. The two contempt petitions were filed on the 21st of March by the Samagi Janabalawekya General Secretary Ranjit Madhumabandara and National Freedom Front MP Vijitha Herath for failing to comply with an order issued by the Supreme Court preventing him from withholding funds for the 2023 local government election allocated through the budget passed in December 2022. On the 3rd of March, a 3-member bench of the Supreme Court comprising Justices Preeti Padman Suresana, Janak De Silva and Priyantha Fernando issued an interim order against the Finance Secretary, preventing him from withholding the relevant funds allocated through the 2023 budget for the election purpose. Now, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka urged the public to not engage in cryptocurrency trading activities despite promotions done by certain parties, claiming that it is profitable. The central bank pointed out that the crypto trading has been proven to bring heavy losses while at times being part of an elaborate financial scam. The Monetary Authority also stated that under the Foreign Exchange Act number 12 of 2017, debit and credit cards cannot be used for cryptocurrency related transactions. Issuing a statement today, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka warned the general public against investing in cryptocurrencies due to reports of heavy losses and financial scams experienced by many people. They went on to say that the public is reminded that cryptocurrencies are unregulated investment instruments which are not recognized as an asset class in Sri Lanka. Further, cryptocurrencies are not considered as legal tender in Sri Lanka and have no regulatory safeguards relating to their usage in the country. As per Direction number 3 of 2021 under the Foreign Exchange Act number 12 of 2017, electronic fund transfer cards such as debit cards and credit cards are not permitted to be used for payments related to cryptocurrency transactions. Cryptocurrency operates through informal channels and therefore it does not contribute to the national economy and can also cause a loss of valuable foreign currency to the country. The public was also warned of the growing number of financial scams operating with the promise of high returns based on crypto investments by the Monetary Authority. The central bank went on to say that these scams include deceiving individuals and obtaining money from them with the promise of providing a high return by investing money in cryptocurrency, as well as deceiving individuals to invest in fraudulent cryptocurrency projects. Such scams circumvent traditional regulatory and legal protection mechanisms, resulting in individuals losing their hard-earned money. Through this statement, the central bank strongly advised the public to safeguard their hard-earned money and not to invest or engage in any cryptocurrency scheme offered through the internet, other forms of media, or directly by any person. The public was also notified that the CBSL had not issued any license or authorized any individuals or businesses to operate schemes involving cryptocurrency and has not authorized any initial coin offerings or any variant of it, crypto mining operations, cryptocurrency exchanges, deposit taking or custody services related to cryptocurrency, or any cryptocurrency investment advisory service. The CBSL also urged those who are engaged in promoting and facilitating the promotion of investing and trading in cryptocurrency to refrain from such activities, considering the wide range of risks associated with cryptocurrency and the resulting hardships to the public, including financial losses. Now, the Colombo Bourse today higher ended rather after posting losses for 2 straight sessions, helped by gains in the financial and industrial stocks. The CSE All Share Price Index rose by 0.42% to end the day at 9,272.43 points. Senkatagala Finance PLC and Lanka IOC PLC were the biggest boost to the index, surging 16.5% and 2.9% respectively. The trading volume for the CSE All Share Index rose to 49.2 million shares from about 44 million in the previous session. The equity market turnover rose to 1.46 billion rupees from the 861.8 million rupees in the previous session. Now, foreign investors were the net buyers in the equity market, purchasing stocks worth 73.9 million rupees, while domestic investors were net sellers, offloading 1.42 billion rupees of shares. Now let's take a look at how the rupee traded against other major currencies during the day. And that's all the news we have for you this evening. Join us again tomorrow for the very latest news at the very same time. Tune into our social media pages for the very latest updates. A pleasant evening and good night.
For news and information you can trust 24 hours a day, visit AdaDerana.lk.